everyone. Welcome to Lives Worth Telling. I'm your host, Jodes, and my podcast is about digging deep into people's stories and providing them with a platform to share their life and their experiences with my listeners. One of the key reasons in creating this podcast is so their families and friends can have a record of their life, their stories, and their voice forever. One of my favourite things is hearing about people's stories, their triumphs, their hardships, but most of all, I love hearing about their resilience. I really hope you enjoy listening to my guests share their lives with you. I want you to have a few laughs and allow yourself to be immersed in their stories. Well, welcome to episode 4 of season 3 of Lives Worth Telling. Welcome to all our new listeners, and we have picked up some more new listeners in New Jersey. Thanks to all our listeners, as we are now back in the top 200 of Apple Podcasts in personal journals. In today's episode, we meet the very charismatic Andrea. Andrea was born in Chile and moved to Australia with her family when she was 9 years old. She shares some fascinating stories about moving to Australia and how her family adjusted to life here in Melbourne. She shares an event that occurred in her life that was traumatic and how she overcame this. Her sense of family is so evident when she talks about her connections and support she not only has around her, but the support she gives others. She has made a significant contribution to the community throughout her career as a nurse, a midwife, and a maternal and child health nurse. Also, recently, she started a small business called Luxe Dress and Accessories Hire. Her range of dresses are high-end brands for hire at a fraction of the price. Check out her page on Instagram at Wear It Best Luxe Dress and Accessories Hire. So, settle in and listen to this incredible woman share her stories of family, career, and love. Enjoy. Okay, today my guest, oh my gosh, she said yes straight away, and then she said, I thought you'd never ask. I thought you were never going to ask, but I haven't known this person for very, very long, but we have had some awesome chats and laughs and through kids' sport. That's our connection is through kids' footy. So I'm going to say welcome to you, Andrea.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, my gosh.
Thanks, Tony.
So good. I can't wait.
Glad to be here.
To get into this, and I reckon you've got a lot in there.
I do.
In your stories. So we're going to start off with background and childhood. So tell me about your family, your parents, siblings, and over to you.
I was born in Chile.
That's Chile.
South America. 49 years ago.
Oh, my goodness.
So the big 50 this year.
Yes. Perfect.
Yep. I've got 2 sisters.
Yes.
Middle child, mum and dad. I was about 9 when we moved and migrated to Australia. My dad's older sister moved here in the early 70s.
Wow.
And then raved about the wonderful country she'd moved to.
Wow.
So she sponsored my dad and my uncle, his dad's brother, and his family to come and live here.
Oh, my gosh.
So the 6th of the 6th, 86.
Oh, my goodness.
We arrived.
So how old was everyone when they all came over then?
So mum was late 30s, dad was mid-30s. My older sister was 12. I was 9 and my younger sister is 8.
So had you spoken any English at that point?
No, we spoke no English, so we said hello, goodbye, and door. That's all I remember saying. And we got shifted to a foreign country.
Oh, my gosh.
Packed our lives up.
Yeah, so your
everything.
First language was
Spanish.
Any other languages there? Because often in other countries, where they're speaking multiple.
Yes.
So Spanish.
And
you can still speak
I speak fluent
Spanish,
yes. I write it, I read it. I speak it.
So amazing.
Yes.
I do see it on Facebook.
Yeah.
I do see it on Facebook. Oh my gosh, so here you are. You're 9 years old and you've arrived in Australia and you don't know what anyone's saying except hello, goodbye,
and door. That was us.
That
was
brilliant.
us.
So where did you settle first?
So we settled in Montrose.
Oh,
so
lovely.
Yes, my dad's sister hosted us for the first, I think it was about 4 months.
Okay.
So we were enrolled at Montrose Primary
Wow.
School.
So all 5 of you, is that right?
Mhm.
Yeah, all 5 of you in the living with
My auntie,
your auntie.
in a caravan in the front garden.
Oh, how amazing.
Yes, it was. So every time my dad moved in the caravan and shifted when he was sleeping, the whole thing rocked and moved.
Gosh.
Yes, it was
That's a big
interesting
thing.
times. Yeah. We went from your modern 3-bedroom,
Wow.
bathroom
Yeah.
house to a very small caravan.
Do you remember much about when you moved as a kid where you're like, I don't want to go to Australia?
I had no idea.
No.
No idea where we were going. I just remember suitcases. I remember the house being sold, the car being sold, and pretty much suitcase with clothes.
Oh, my gosh.
So
what family were back left there then
Mum
when you
and
guys moved?
mainly mum's family.
Yeah.
My grandmother, which is dad's mum,
Okay.
was due to come and live with us, but a month before she had a freak accident.
Oh.
Fell down the stairs at my uncle's house and died.
Oh, gee.
So grandma was meant to come
Oh, wow.
and live with us, but
Wow.
it was us by the end because she was only young when she passed away. She
Oh,
would have
my
been
gosh.
early 60s.
Oh, gee.
So we made the track just
Yeah.
us and my uncle, my auntie and my cousin, who was 8 months, yeah,
Oh, my gosh.
old. Yes.
So when you started, do you remember much about when you started at school?
Montrose was probably Montrose Primary. We started, I would like to say, about a week and a half
Oh, wow.
after we had arrived. My auntie and uncle were very keen for us to get going to school and for my parents to get going and getting jobs. Mind you, none of us spoke any English. But
No, that would be so hard.
it was hard. Luckily for us, the 3 of us ended up in primary school together.
Yes.
So we had each other.
Perfect. Yeah.
So we could have, get together at lunchtime at least and have each other
Yeah.
to sit and have your lunch with. I wasn't so much bullied, but my younger sister was, because we look very different.
Yeah.
Because we, dark hair, dark eyes.
Yeah.
And my sister was even darker. Like she's got darker complexion
Okay.
and darker eyes and dark long hair. So,
Wow.
yeah. So the first, we were only at Montrose Primary for maybe 3-4 months.
Okay.
I had one friend who used to teach me English.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah, so when we had reading and comprehension in class, she would be assigned to teach me to read and other things besides hello, goodbye and door. So the colours, she was
So did you
adamant.
feel English was hard to learn? What would you say is a difficult language to learn?
We ended up, after leaving Montrose Primary, we ended up at Blackburn English School.
Okay. Yeah.
So we were there for a year
Oh, wow.
to learn English.
Wow.
So we did make the trek over from Chile to here with also good family friends who also came
Oh, wow.
with their 3 kids.
Yeah.
So in convoy, we all went off to English school in Blackburn
Oh, my goodness.
to learn English.
And did you guys, like, the kids pick it up more than your folks?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we learned much quicker. So then, we would read letters that would arrive in the mail to mum and dad.
wow.
We would try and interpret what he was trying to say. At the bank, we often would talk and tell her what my dad wanted or what mum wanted. Renting a house was the same at the real estate
Yeah.
agent. What are you looking for? Like, what type of a house would you like? So we would interpret, 3-bedroom, blah, blah, blah. So we would interpret for a while. Mum and dad themselves went to English school
Okay.
at nights.
Oh,
So they
goodness.
could learn English. Dad learned a bit of English back home.
Okay.
English was part of your education,
Yes, yes.
but basic. basic English.
Yeah.
No conversational English. It was just, like what you get taught at school now in French.
Yes.
Colours, numbers,
Yes.
hello,
It's
goodbye.
not really,
my name is.
Yeah,
I
isn't it
live
funny?
at.
Yeah.
Nothing worth. No, nothing.
I agree.
Slowly, we all learnt.
Oh, perfect.
Yes, and then we moved to Croydon.
Okay.
So we lived in Croydon for I would like to say about 8 years
Yeah, okay.
at the same place.
Yeah, right.
Yes. And we then shifted, after we left the English school, we shifted to Croydon West Primary School.
Okay.
And by then it was just my younger sister and I,
Okay.
and my older sister was off to high school.
Yes.
So that was a day. That was the time we were separated as us being the three kids to two, and the other one across at the high school.
Oh.
Yes. But
Right.
we were there. I only did grade 4, 5 and 6
Okay.
because of the age I was at when I
Yes,
arrived. So
yes.
we didn't start off, obviously,
Yeah.
when we were young. And then off to high school.
And it is, I guess all your memories would be quite different in depending on your experience with your older one and your younger one. Is the younger one, does she obviously remember not much because she was quite little
young.
at the time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. My sister doesn't remember too much,
Oh.
more than my older sister obviously remembers more.
Yes.
And I remember, I think, a fair bit of where we lived and where we went to school and
So
yeah,
good.
the
I love that.
neighbourhood.
I was telling someone about you today and I was like, I couldn't remember, is it, I said, I'm pretty sure she speaks Spanish.
Yeah.
But I'm like, she goes, where was she born? I'm like, you should know this.
Yes.
But I had in my head, I'm like, I've known it. When you said it, I was like, that was it. My next question was, where were you born? We've covered that. So describe what school was like for you, and did you like school? Like, what did our education system really provide for you, I guess, as a new Aussie coming in? Did you enjoy school when you look back at school now?
I did thoroughly enjoy going to school.
Yeah.
It was challenging because of the language barrier, but we picked up English very quickly.
Excellent.
So we were not, as kids, you pick up all sorts rather quick, but, I loved doing sport at school. So sport was Friday was my favourite time of the week when we played rounders in the afternoon.
Oh,
Never played rounders in my life, but rounders was or T-ball. Never played. It was all about soccer back home. So we played a lot of soccer, but this was T-ball and then rounders. And loved it. Loved everything about school. The teachers, the kids.
Excellent.
We made really...
And high school as well as primary?
High school. Oh, yeah. Love going to high school. Like, I think, those were the best probably years of being a teenager.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's so good.
And we only went to the local high school and we thoroughly enjoyed it, made really good friendships and, kind of was very different to the schooling back home.
Yeah.
With the start times.
Oh, yes.
Because back home you...
Like what a school day would look like back home compared to here.
So in Chile, you go to school if you're in primary school in the morning.
Okay.
From 8 till 1.
Ah.
That's your school day.
Oh, jeez.
And then you go home.
Our kinder days are longer than
yes,
that. Yeah.
they are. And then high school is from 1 till 5.
Really?
Yeah. So it was very different going to school. And, your main meals.
You're like, I'm going to stay here all day.
I know. And your main meals are not a sandwich.
Gosh.
Main meals, your main meals in the middle of the day, and it's a meal, like what you have for tea at 5, 6, 7. We have that at 1.
So if parents, 8 till 1, say primary school, so if parents work, did they?
It shuts.
Yeah.
The whole city shuts. So you go home and then you come back. So your lunch break's about 3 hours.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. So it was, very family friendly.
Just a whole life. It's a completely different lifestyle.
It's different, very different lifestyle.
Yeah.
So, everyone, school goes closest, you go home.
Yeah.
If your parents work, they're at home.
Do you miss it? Do you miss the lifestyle that you had there?
No. I kind of got used to the lifestyle here, but it was just very strange that you took, a lunchbox to school. because there was no lunch boxes because you went there long enough.
Yeah.
You probably took a snack or take a snack and water.
Yeah.
But not a lunchbox full of food like for recess and morning
funny.
tea and afternoon tea and lunch.
Trying to get used to it, not only the language but just
The
culturally.
lifestyle, yeah.
Everything
It's
was
very
quite
different. I'm like, okay, so what? We're there from what time to what time? We're like, we're going to starve. So we're like, right, let's pack a full-on lunch.
Gosh.
Yeah, it was hilarious. We're like, why do you people, like at the start we were like, why are these people got all this
How
food?
funny.
But then we realised that we were there for a long time.
3:30?
Yeah, like 3:30
Wow.
from 9:15 till 3:30. We're like, oh,
Did
that's
your school year work the same as the US system where it would not be January to December? Or
No.
it would be
Yeah.
June
It's the same.
Okay.
But in December, you go on summer holidays.
Yes.
And summer holidays are from December to March.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my
Yeah.
goodness.
So you had the whole summer.
Yeah,
whole
to
summer
enjoy
off.
instead of being
Yeah,
at school.
being at school. Well, here, January, February,
You come to
45
Australia.
degrees. Yay, it's so hot. Why are we here? When back at home,
I'd be on holidays.
you'll be on holidays,
Yeah,
yeah. So,
brilliant.
and then throughout the year, you still do, the Easter and the all the public holidays.
Yes.
But yeah, there are no term holidays
Okay.
like they are here because the chunk is during the
yes,
summer.
yes.
You do get a week in the winter, so the
Okay.
winter holidays. And then we celebrate Independence Day, which is the 18th of September.
Okay.
And that's kind of like the 4th of July in America.
Oh, okay.
Like there's lots of celebrations, food. And then that is kind of, you'd want to say it's a week off
Yeah.
where people
A bit of a
just,
break.
yeah. So throughout the year, you probably get 2 or 3 breaks of like
Yeah,
just
right.
a
Quite
week.
different adjusting to that big chunk.
Yes.
Did you like the frequent holidays? Like, because we have
Yeah.
quite frequent holidays.
Yes,
with our
the
terms.
frequent holidays are great.
Yeah.
Even though sometimes you think, having the summer or the whole of the
Yeah.
summer off
Yeah.
is fabulous.
Yeah. Very
But
different.
yeah, it's very different.
I was just something that you made me think of then is food. So your favourite meals. So what food would look like back in Chile in coming to Australia and finding ingredients or things that you used to cook back home. Like, is there any meals that you loved as a kid before you came to Australia? Like, what would be what you would have?
There's a lot of soups.
Yeah.
So chicken soup with potato, pumpkin, rice, or semolina was
Yes.
a big like traditional meal.
Yeah.
Pulses, lentils,
Yes.
beans, kidney beans, chickpeas,
Yeah.
potatoes.
Yes. All the staples.
But the meals, breakfast, very similar to here, and then the main meal is in the middle of the day.
Okay.
And then you have supper
Okay.
at about 6:37,
Okay.
where you would, my auntie would smash avocados and then you get the ham, the cheese, homemade bread, because everyone makes bread over there, and you have a cup of tea.
Yeah.
And you sit around the table.
So different, isn't it?
It's very, very different. But the main meals, Mum still cooks traditional Chilean food, and
beautiful.
I just kind of go, no thanks.
Oh, really?
Nah, don't like it. I've never learned to cook it. So
Okay.
Mum loves to bring it for the husband. He loves anything in it, really, but he loves the soups and
Yes.
the lentils. We
that's so
we
funny.
do all love Mum's homemade bread.
Oh, how
So
lovely.
she loves to make bread and then sweets. She'll make sweets.
Yes.
But no, I'm not a fan.
Oh, my goodness.
No.
Are there any memorable trips or outings you had as a kid back in Chile or when you came to Australia? Like, did you travel
Back
Did
in
you travel
Chile in
much?
the summer,
Yeah.
because it was such a long extended summer,
yeah.
that we did do, Dad's side of his family had a beautiful, very, very old style country farm where his
lovely.
uncle, auntie and uncle, his auntie and uncle lived, and we would spend, I would like to say, about a month and a half
Wow.
there. Yeah. So it was all, getting water out of the well.
So
You sat
cool.
under the grapevines. That was the kitchen table. They made everything from scratch.
Oh, my
So the
gosh.
cheese, celebrations when we were coming to stay for the summer was let's kill a pig, let's kill a lamb. So there was a whole lot of dead animals being hung, being throat slit, and then drinking the blood.
Goodness.
That was yes. I remember those days hiding in the chicken pen, all of us kids, and just peeking through, watching this poor animal squeal, and then suddenly no noise.
Oh, my gosh.
And then you'd look again and you're like, oh, my gosh,
shivers.
They killed the freaking lamb. And my aunties and uncles loved it. Oh, and because you got so much out of, they ate everything, the intestines, the blood, they boiled with sugar and orange peel and a dash of whiskey and on the open fire, they'd stir and then pass it around. We drank that.
Yes.
We drank cow's milk that they would go and just grab the cow, milk the cow, shot of whiskey in it. In we go. We drank a whole lot of home brew as young children.
Oh, my gosh.
That was made at the farm.
Yeah.
And everything was made from scratch. The chickens, you go collect the eggs. Then you had the milk. They made the butter. They made cheese.
So different.
It was very different.
Yeah.
Veggies, you went to the veggie patch and my auntie would say, bring me zucchinis, cucumber,
fabulous.
Tomatoes.
So where you lived in Chile, it was a city, like in terms of supermarkets and things like that. But then growing out, that's quite regional.
Yeah, so country, there was nothing. So we would get picked up by horse and cart at the main town, out of the farm. So in the town, but the farm was inland, or outside the main, very small town. And my auntie and uncle would pick us up in horse and cart. So we'd load all our bags, which was very minimal because we knew that there wasn't a lot of room, and then they'd shove mum, dad, and the three of us. In the back, and then all the way, they'd pick us up, say 5:30 in the afternoon.
Okay.
It'd take maybe 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
And by the time you got there, it was pitch dark.
Yes.
Pitch dark. But you'd be like, watching the stars, the
fantastic.
moon. Yes.
Have you been back since you came to Australia?
Yes, I've been back 3 times.
Oh, so good.
So I love going home.
So good.
I still call it home.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Of course. I don't think that would ever leave you. Oh my goodness. We'll touch on some other bits and pieces there, something else you said.
Yeah.
But your family life as an adult now, so I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this, and it's only been once, is are you or have you ever been married?
Yes. Still married. 18, 19 years.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yes,
So
still
what
married.
year did you get married?
2006.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. And you have children?
2 lovely children, 2 daughters, 16 and 13.
Yes.
Amber and Lucy.
Perfect. And I guess, are there any traditions you've established in your family with your Chilean background in mind, or is it?
Oh, the unity.
Yeah.
So we all kind of hang out as a family a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my sisters and I, their kids, their partners,
Oh, so
mum and dad. So we
jealous.
do lots of things together. On the weekends, it's at someone's house, and it all revolves around food.
Yes.
It's the food, and we eat, and we love to. I love cooking.
Yes.
And and having a meal together.
Oh,
and
that's so
I think that's
nice.
the kids, my nieces and nephews, and our own kids.
So
see
you've
that.
all got. Is it 2?
My older sister's got 2 boys.
Okay.
My younger sister's got a boy and a girl, and I've got 2 girls. So
Lots of cousins for your
yes,
kids then.
and they're all very close in age.
That's so
and my
good.
godson is 18 tomorrow.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
So my first nephew is 18, and then Ethan's 17, Liam's 14. Emma's 16, Liam's 15, Lucy's 13, and Chloe's 13.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, so they're very
that
close
was planned
in age.
out well, do you reckon?
Yes,
or?
yes, that's right.
Oh, my gosh. Now, something else I just popped into my brain.
Yeah.
Are there any favourite trips or outings you've done as an adult being in Australia?
Yeah.
Like, have you travelled a lot outside of Australia? Or
I've done both.
Yeah.
So
did you feel like, gosh, Australia's so far away from everything?
Yes,
travelling
definitely.
Compared to being back home.
Back home,
Yeah.
yes. There's vast amount of land in this country. So I did a road trip with a good friend of mine, Chrissy, from Germany.
Yeah.
We bought a combi van and we travelled around Australia
for God's
for
sake.
a year.
That's very Australian.
Actually, less than a year because the combi blew up. So then we had to get a sedan and we couldn't.
Cool.
Yeah. So
how old were you then?
I was 22.
Oh, just a young kid.
Exploring
just a young kid.
The East Coast and then up to Cape Tribulation and then down the middle of the country.
Beautiful. Yeah.
So in Townsville, down to Uluru, through, But because the car blew up, and we had to buy a small sedan, we couldn't sleep in the car because the combi, we had a bed in the back. The front we drove.
You changed things.
And then we had to change it and we just, and we had to buy a tent. So, it didn't work. So we were probably gone for maybe 8 months. We didn't quite make the 12 month. That was our aim, 12. And, Chrissy was due to go home back to Germany.
Okay.
And she wanted to travel.
Oh, how amazing.
Asked if I was willing to partake.
That's a great way to see Australia.
It was amazing.
What sort of trips have you done with your kids? Like, have you guys
We've gone to Chile.
Yeah.
So we haven't gone home with the husband and, Rowan and the girls. We've been, we went in 2017. We were there for a bit over a month. We've taken the girls to Thailand. We've taken the girls to Bali, and planning a trip to Europe.
Oh, how lovely!
Hopefully by the end of the year.
Yeah,
we'll get out.
Good.
We'll get out to Europe.
That's beautiful. So moving on to relationship questions.
Sure.
So how did you guys meet?
I then, when I was 26, backpacked around the world for a year on my own.
Just picked up a husband on the way.
And I did pick up a husband. So I started off in South America, but I did not go home.
Okay.
I did Central America. So I have a very good friend in Mexico.
Okay.
And I was in Mexico for about 4 months, 4.5 months. Travelled around Mexico, then went off to Guatemala, Puerto Rico, Cuba.
Wow.
So, yes. So I made lots of different friends from different countries in Mexico because where my girlfriend went to uni, it was an international university. Okay. So all sorts of children from all over the world came to that particular university to learn Spanish. So I made friends with, we had English guys and girls, we had Spanish, we had German, we had mainly European.
Wow.
So they were all there to study but as well as travel. So I had lots of friends that wanted to travel with me. So I did pretty much, Mexico is big, but we travelled a lot through Mexico.
Wow.
And then, flew here because everything's very close. We flew to Guatemala, Puerto Rico, and last stop was Cuba.
Oh.
Loved it. Loved Cuba. And then from Cuba, I went off to Europe.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, and I've got girlfriends in Europe. I've got Vicky in the UK. I've got...
You can go anywhere.
Yes. I had my good friend in Italy who sadly passed away when she was about 27.
Gosh.
But I spent some great times with her in Italy.
Oh, wow.
My auntie lives in Paris, mum's sister.
Wow.
So stayed there, but did Greece, Italy, and my last stop was Ireland.
Okay.
And that's where we met.
That's so Ireland of all the places, all these places.
I know, it was Ireland.
All these exotic places.
It was Ireland. I had a friend that I did nursing with here.
Okay.
And she moved to Ireland. Her dad's Irish.
Okay.
And moved. And she said, if you ever come to Europe, you've got to come and visit me.
Yes.
So I went over. Wow. I only had 2 weeks left. And those 2 weeks, I had I tried to cancel. And she's like, you can't. I've taken 2 weeks off work. So I'm here to entertain you and show you the sights. And I was like, okay, so I best go. So, off to Ireland I went.
Oh,
and
my goodness.
That's when I met Rowan
Wow.
at a house party.
At a house party.
Yeah, her cousin, my girlfriend's cousin was hosting a party.
Oh, how lovely.
And Rowan was his flatmate.
So then you said you only had 2 weeks,
2 weeks,
left.
that was it.
And then you're like, oh, we'll see ya. So what happened then? Did he
We had a
follow you
long
back?
distance relationship.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I left the October and he came the December
Okay.
to holiday.
Oh, yeah,
Yes, so-
nice.
And before he left in the January, he proposed. So we had been more apart than together.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh
Which
my
was
gosh.
wild, yeah.
So that was, what does that, 2005, was it?
Yes.
Something?
Yeah, so I came home 2004, the October, and Rowan came December 2004, the same
goodness.
year.
Yes.
And then went home January
yeah.
and proposed in January. And then he went home, quit his job, sold up his things and moved to Australia on the
Oh, my
5th of March,
goodness.
2005.
What a completely, like, you're from Chile, he's from Ireland, and you end up in Australia. Like,
I
it's
know.
just
Bizarre.
What about his family? Did you get to meet his family
Yes,
over there? Yeah.
mum, dad, divorced,
Okay.
and his sister who lives in the UK,
Okay.
and his brother, he passed away about 3 years ago, so young. And but I got to meet him. He did come to Australia, I think probably about 3 years.
Okay.
I think maybe it would have been a couple of years after Rowan arrived. He came
Okay.
out to venture
Wow.
as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So,
Oh, my
yes.
goodness. Is there any trips or holidays you guys did together?
Yes.
So you were travelling at the time?
Yes.
Yeah.
We've been so we went back to Ireland to his, I'd like to say, cousin's wedding,
Okay.
and then went back to Wales
Oh, wow.
to his sister's wedding.
Oh, how lovely.
Yes, so we did
Oh,
do that together.
so good.
Yes.
And what do you think, I guess, how do you keep your relationship strong? Like there's lots of different, I guess, you've come from different places, but how do you keep it strong? Secret to your success.
The secret to the success is, yes, there's a fair bit of screaming that goes on and a fair bit of ordering around, but that's okay. We have fun. I think, because my family is quite close-knit,
Yes.
I think that what kind of bonds everybody
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
And I think Rowan sees that, the closeness with the family, and that's kind of what you try and, I think, achieve with your own family for our girls to be close.
Yeah.
And they see that through our families.
Yeah.
So, we get together for birthdays and all the celebrate, even if we don't have to celebrate, we still get together.
Yeah, it's
but
so good.
it's I think that's how we, keep it going with family. Busy life, work, kids, sport.
Flat out.
It's flat out. So you try your best to keep it going.
Yes.
But-
What do you admire most about Rowan?
Oh, his calmness.
Yeah.
He's a very cool, calm and collected man. He's very loyal.
Yeah.
He's very hardworking. He's quirky. Yeah, he's very quirky. Very different to myself. He's a thinker. He is an observer. He's got not a lot to say unless he has to say it.
Yes.
And I am extremely the opposite. I don't think and I speak. I do not like to think for too long. I just go with the sit of my pants and hope for the bloody best.
Yeah, that's right.
I love taking
I think it's
risks.
really important to have the yin and yang there.
I think you have to. Couldn't have married anyone that was like me.
I guess, what are your dreams for the future together?
Oh, someday to retire.
Yeah.
Buy a yacht. Sailed into the sunset.
Yes.
Yeah. Travel. Yeah, we love traveling. And yeah, hopefully not retire at 80.
No, I know.
Hopefully retire much
a little bit of
sooner.
energy left to do some stuff.
Yeah, and to do, I think we'd like to travel, probably move to the beach.
Yes.
I'd love to move to the sea,
Yeah.
seaside, volunteer, somewhere, help people.
Even just when you said the beach, like where you guys have come from, they're quite different climates.
Yes.
He's come from cold. You've come from the hot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So
How did he find the move to Australia then, coming from Ireland to here, thinking
he loves it here?
Yeah.
He was raised in a very small town.
Yes.
With very little of anything.
Yeah.
Really. Church, a school, and houses.
Okay.
His neighbours were like his family.
Yeah.
And everything was close by. And they had lots of land to run, do all the skiing, the snow.
So good.
Yes. And I came from, hot, hot and, very different. But he took a little while to acclimatise to very hot 40-degree days, and he still kind of goes, I don't know how you sunbake.
Yes.
I can't, and he's very cautious about his skin. He loves his sunscreen and his big hats, being very white.
Yes, that's right.
Unlike myself, who loves to sunbake. I love the sun. But very different.
Yes,
very different.
I guess you've grown up with it.
Yes.
So my next segment is work and profession. What was your first job?
I worked at the pie stop.
Oh,
it was a place where they sold pies.
Yeah.
My sister worked there, so she got me a job there. And customer service, serving food, pies, cleaning, washing, lots of big pots of meat and chicken and venison and crocodile, because they had, the novelty pies of all sorts of dead animals. And back then I was a vegetarian.
Yeah, right.
And he used to make us try the pies, because then we needed to tell our clients what the pies tasted like.
Yes.
So that was very challenging, because the bloke did not want to hear that we were vegetarians, because both my sister and I were vegetarian.
You're working in a pie shop.
And in a pie shop. Yes. So he would be like, right, there's a new pie this week. It's a special. Everyone try it, and you can sell it with this and sell it with the peas and the mashed potato. I'd be like, what is that? It's venison.
Oh, heavens.
I'm like, kangaroo. I'm like, you're eating a kangaroo. Okay. No,
national
thank
treasure.
you. It is, yes.
Well, I mean, I do know a portion of this. So what is your profession or job now?
I am a maternal child and health nurse.
Yes.
I did my nursing midwifery.
Yes.
And then I did my master's in.
So you did all that in Melbourne?
Yes, I studied here. Yeah. So I did nursing first.
Yes.
And worked as a nurse, and then did my mid.
Yeah.
Delivered lots of beautiful babies. Yes. And then moved on to maternal child and health.
So when did you move into the maternal child health?
We are in, so Lucy's 13, 12 years ago.
Wow.
Yes.
What made you want to move out of mid to move into
shift work?
MCH? Yeah.
I had more
I
than
reckon
enough.
that is the
killer.
On response.
No more shift work for me. I wanted a 9-to-5 job in an office.
Day job.
And I acquired
I've heard that a few times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice, clean, wonderful, beautiful job. Shift work did not work, even though people say it works for their families. Didn't work for ours, because I was not home on the weekends, and poor Rowan had to get out the princess dress and do braids and put crowns, and had to take the kids to princesses, Elsa and Anna's parties where he had no idea, like completely out of sorts, because the children needed to be dressed up, and I was doing day shift. So
wow,
it was it was challenging. Not at all. Yeah. No. Yeah. I do miss delivering babies.
Yes.
I think delivering babies is, this amazing feeling.
Oh, yeah.
Of seeing
so
life into the world.
Yes.
But now we see the other side of babies growing and developing and doing all
You're
the good
on the
stuff.
Other side of it.
Yes.
What did you want to be when you grew up?
A nurse.
Yeah.
Yes, all the time.
Yeah.
I like caring for people. I used to care for my friends when they fell. I used to, clean them up, bandage them up. I had a kit, like a little first aid kit. I had everything in there. I was like, somebody's fallen, I'll go, I'll clean it.
Oh, my goodness.
And I used to bandage people up. I used to take them escort them home because they've fallen and they're not in, great shape. So I would walk the kids who were, gracing knees from bikes. We did a lot of roller skating.
Yes.
We did lots of, obviously, climbing trees and fences, and there was also accidents. Somebody would always fall off a fence.
So you stuck to your guns and you became a nurse.
I did, definitely.
What are you most proud of in your career?
Oh, I think it's being part of, as a maternal child and health nurse, is being part of families' lives and having an impact on, their children's growth and development.
Yeah.
Telling them all about, as they grow and what to expect and, giving them the tools to be the best parents they can be.
And isn't it interesting when, as a midwife, they have their baby and off they go, but with MCH, you're seeing them quite consistently till around 4?
3.5,
3.5,
yeah. So you are part of their lives for an extended period of time. And at the start you see them fairly often.
Yes.
Until they hit about 4 months and then you tamper off a bit. But the first 4 months you are fairly involved in educating.
Have the visits changed? Because I know there were the scheduled visits. How does it work now?
So home visits, and then you've got the 2-week visit, 4-week visit.
Okay.
8 weeks, 4 months, 8 months, 12 months, 18 months, 2 years and 3.5.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's quite different to the mid, and I know whether we were gravitated towards each other, but I do know a lot of midwives and maternal and child health nurses just because I'm not. I just do.
Yeah, there you go.
Many have been on this podcast. So moving on to your passions and interests. What are your interests or things that you're passionate about?
Oh, I love sport.
Yes.
I love watching.
Okay.
Both the kids do sport. I'm a very passionate supporter. Whether you want to hear my voice or not, you will hear it. From very, very far away, it echoes. So I do enjoy
so good
being a supporter, not just for my kids, but the team in general.
That's amazing.
Of kids that, especially with footy, they put their bodies on the line every week.
Right.
And it's a tough and rough game.
It's a physical game. It's a very physical game.
Definitely.
Is it something, like you said, that you love sport at school, so it's something that you've been interested in all the way along?
I did gymnastics when I was young. At school I was involved in high school in cricket, in golf, in sports that I never knew I could do. I would just put my hand up and they had tryouts and my name was the first one on the list.
How good is that?
And I'd go and try out and I didn't know what I was doing.
Do you play sport now?
I play pickleball.
Oh.
I got into that craze.
We talked about that the other day.
Yes, love it. Yes, fantastic. Love it. I've always loved tennis. And tennis is a bit, it's a bit much now. Like tennis, big court, physically more demanding on the whole body.
Yes.
Pickleball is smaller court and it's easier to get to the ball.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
That's so good.
Yes.
What about your favourite music or bands? Like, what did you grow up listening to? And
I love Latin music.
Yes.
I love dancing.
Yes.
Love it. So anything, well, obviously here, I do blast Latin music on the TV. I find Jennifer Lopez, I find all the Chilean, well, South American, the artists, and I clean and I squeal in Spanish.
So good.
And they're like, please, everybody at home, turn that stuff off.
Here she goes.
And I'm like, no, let's listen to this. When we get together as a family, it's all, besides food, is music. Love music. Love dancing.
Perfect.
We love singing.
Yes.
Even though none of us can sing, but it doesn't matter.
It's a big part of the culture.
It is huge part of the culture.
Yeah.
Is having music at the background, your food.
What was your first concert experience?
First concert.
Yeah.
Oh, I probably didn't go to see a concert till I was an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
quite different now.
It is. Who did we go and see? I love Lionel Richie.
Oh, yes.
So Rowan and I went to see Lionel Richie when I was weeks pregnant with Amber.
Oh, wow.
So almost 17 years ago. Loved it.
So good.
Who else did we see? The Calls.
Oh, yeah.
I love The Calls.
Yeah.
So we went to see The Calls when
Just
they were
recently?
Yeah, recently.
Yeah, I was going to
yes.
say they came out just
Yes.
recently.
So for Valentine's Day,
Oh,
I bought some tickets.
how good is that?
Yep.
So good. What about movies, TV shows, actors?
Movies. I love going to the movies. Art movies. So we for a few years we liked watching art house movies.
Okay.
So we spend time, at the Baldwin cinemas or
yes.
the Como on Chapel Street.
Yes.
Italian movies, French movies. We did go and see which we fell asleep because I found it quite boring. It was about war and
Okay.
yes. But I love a good comedy.
Yes.
I love Bridesmaids.
Oh, yes.
I just like to laugh at nonsense. It would be nice to get to the movies more,
I know.
but there's not a lot of time.
I know.
And now with Netflix,
yes,
we try, but yes, I don't last awake long enough. Yeah, so Rowan's forever going, you made me put that on, and then I looked over and you're asleep. Yes,
I think
that's my bad.
I hear you there.
Yes.
I
do not
can't
finish
last.
anything.
I see the credits of a lot of shows, movies.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's I don't know what it is. It's just I think you go,
just
go,
relax.
go, and the minute you sit down,
out.
Like a doll, lay the doll down, it shuts its eyes.
Definitely. That's me.
Something that you just said then made me think of something else. Does Rowan speak Spanish?
He learned French at school, so his French is he speaks it quite well.
Yeah, okay.
He's got a very good ear, obviously, for our language.
Yes.
He understands a lot of what we say.
Okay.
He makes what we say. Yeah, he does not 100% nail on the head, but he gets a good 70% of what. Yeah, definitely. And since mum and dad and my parents have retired, they've lost a fair bit of their English, unfortunately. So they have each other. They talk in Spanish all day. So Rowan does kind of find it a little bit harder to communicate with them, but gets the idea.
Yeah.
We don't know if my parents understand him because his accents, they find it very strong.
Yes.
But Rowan will try and communicate somewhat with mum and dad.
Yeah.
It's,
I just wondered if he'd picked up Spanish.
Nope.
Along the way. Family and friendships. So describe your friendships and how valuable they are to you. So I guess when your family are your friendships as well, and that close-knit, how did you go with the COVID lockdowns with friends and family? Like, were you able to still keeping in contact overseas? Like, how did COVID work overseas?
COVID was fairly similar to here, lockdown.
Yeah.
So a lot of FaceTime to cousins, aunties. And here it was, again, FaceTime with mum and dad, my sisters, and then with my cousins. Every second Friday night we had BYO, a drink and a story. So we were all on Teams or Zoom.
Yes.
And all of us would just sit there with our drinks and laugh and chat and
in the craziness
of being in lockdown.
The awful. Yeah.
And tried to keep within the 5-kilometre radius.
Yes.
I did kind of maybe go a little bit over just to see my sister or them come over,
I think that for some people it was very, very isolating depending on their family circumstances.
Definitely.
I love hearing about what you do with your family and how close you all are. I think that is, not that common these days, but probably because of your background and growing up in Chile, that's where that stems from, because you don't.
Definitely.
Yeah. My next segment is called Curious Corner, where
Sure.
I ask curious questions about my guests. Can you recall a time where you just couldn't stop laughing about something? Surely, Andrea, there'd be so many. And who does it involve?
Oh, I think I sent a lot of reels,
Oh, yes.
inappropriate, and I sit and laugh
Yes.
to myself
Yes.
and send them to Kathleen, who's
Okay.
my best friend, and just send her
Oh, my
rubbish
gosh.
that makes me laugh,
Yes.
hoping it will make her laugh and make her day.
So good.
But I like, a good laugh with, I think, being inappropriate. would be the
Yes. Is there any other way? If you could have any superpower for a day, what would it be?
Oh, being invincible.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Well,
definitely.
you aren't. You are invincible. You've moved to
No.
a new country. Like,
Yeah.
that's a big thing to do.
I
And
know.
I think most Australians would never really understand what it's like to learn a brand new language. Everything's brand new. It's a
Yeah.
big thing.
Definitely. Yes.
Be invincible.
Yeah.
So my next one is name 5 people you would invite for dinner and why.
5 people.
Yeah. So it could be people from your past or celebrities or people
I
you
would
would
like grandma to sit at
Yeah.
the table.
Yeah.
Grew up with grandma, dad's mum,
Okay.
and I have very fond memories
Oh,
of her cooking and where she lived.
perfect.
So grandma would be one. Her husband, my grandfather, who I never met
Oh, wow.
and died very young.
Okay.
Grandpa would be someone that I'd like to
Oh, wow.
invite and get to know.
Yes.
Because he died young, and my dad, I think, was around 13
Oh, wow.
when he
goodness.
passed away. So would be really interesting to, get to know him as,
of
just
course.
to see what he looks like too, because there's photos but not that many.
Oh. So were both your folks born in Chile?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mum and Dad were born in Chile. I would like to see Betty again, my Italian girlfriend that passed away.
Mm-hmm.
I met her here in Oz. She was here as an exchange student.
Oh, wow.
And I think Betty was here for about 2 years.
Okay.
We spent a lot of time. I spent a lot of time with her, and
nice.
unfortunately she did pass away young. I'd like to see her again.
Oh.
Definitely. Who else would I like to see? Elvis Presley.
Oh, wow.
Mm.
That's out
Yes.
of the box.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is. So my dog was called Elvis, and he passed away, and
Oh.
now I have Presley.
Oh, do you?
Yes,
Oh,
I
yes,
do.
you do. Yes, yes.
Yes, Elvis
Yes.
and Presley. Love his music.
Yes.
His wild life. Like, that's just.
What did you think of Austin Butler's portrayal of? You saw the movie Elvis? Yeah.
I did, but I think I fell asleep.
Oh, did you?
I'm telling you, I do not stay awake.
Yes,
But
I
yes,
hear you.
I did watch the majority of it,
Yeah.
and it was great.
Yes.
And I think he was a very, he was a very complicated individual.
Yeah, I didn't. And I know a lot. I guess until watching the movie, a lot of the things. Have you been to Graceland?
No,
No.
no. I've been to America, but
Yeah.
not Graceland. But yes, my bucket list, New York too.
Yes.
Elvis would be one, definitely.
Yeah.
And who else would I have? I would like to say my mum's mother,
Okay.
who also died, and I never got to meet her.
Oh, so there's a few family members you hadn't.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So mum's parents died 6 months apart when my mum was 5.
Wow.
Yeah. So she would be an intriguing woman, I think,
Yeah.
and would love to know, I think, more about my mum
Yeah.
and
So
what it was like to
she'd lost both folks
Yeah.
when she was 5. So who took care of her?
her older sister.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the older
Oh.
sister was
Oh, my God.
much
Can I
older.
talk to her?
I know.
Wow, that's
Yes.
incredible.
Yes, definitely.
Wow, that's huge loss.
Yes.
Yeah, that's incredible. My next one is, if you could choose one song to play every time you walked into a room, what would you choose? I really struggled with this one for me.
Walking on Sunshine.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, my next one. Signature dish to cook.
Paella.
Yes.
Lots of seafood.
Yeah.
Don't eat the rice, but happy to get stuck into the seafood. For sure.
Paella.
Yeah.
My next one is, as I've injured myself several times over the years, I'm always so curious about other people's injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us about a time where you accidentally injured yourself?
Well, I didn't accidentally injure myself, but when I was 17, I was in a really bad car accident.
Oh.
Yeah, so I've got a scar on the side of my face.
Gosh.
I've car run through a red light and hit my sister who was driving, and I was sitting in the back seat.
Oh,
So
gee.
the glass exploded and cut my face. So have had some reconstruction work done when I was young. So I had plastic surgery.
Gee.
To my nose, my cheek, my eyelid, and this took probably 4 or 5 goes to get it smooth.
Wow.
But that was when we were 17 in the corner of our house, like as we were coming out onto the main road.
Jeez.
Yeah. So that was I didn't cause that accident.
So were you in hospital for quite some time?
I was in hospital for a couple of days.
Okay.
And then I was doing year 12.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. So I was, and then he was in and out of hospital for surgery, plastic surgery, to, clean it out.
That's awful.
Yeah. So that was a life-changing, I think, event in my life.
I reckon.
Yeah.
But generally, are you sure-footed? Like, no, not accident-prone or anything like that?
No.
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 Oh, God.
No.
I don't know what that's like. That's something I wish I didn't have.
Yeah.
Well, this is an interesting one. I wonder if you would, if you could do things differently, what career would you choose? If you're going to choose a different career.
I've chosen a policewoman.
Policewoman?
Yep.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
Definitely.
I reckon.
Yes. Keep
You know
everyone
what?
on the
There's still
straight and narrow.
time.
I know. Yes.
Yes. So never.
Yes,
Yeah.
never. That's right. Now, if you're if I
I'll
was
tell
there'd
you.
be a lot of
It's
people put away and not come out.
Very
let me
hard
tell
gig.
you.
Very hard
Yeah.
gig now. I think the police are doing an amazing job to do what they need to do. It's just what happens.
It's after.
Yeah. Then Anyway, my favourite question is the hall pass. So if you could have a night with someone other than Rowan, who would it be? Oh, God.
Oh, wow. Richard Gere.
Richard Gere. Oh,
Definitely.
wow.
Handsome.
Richard Gere.
Yeah, white hair.
Oh, my gosh. My stepmom loves Richard Gere. We'd watch everything. Even from back in the old days, like Breathless, that old movie from a long
time ago.
Richard Gere. There you go. How he's still keeping well, isn't
he? There's the Pretty Woman 2 coming out at the end of the year. So I look forward to watching that.
Oh, my gosh.
He looks the same. White fox.
Yeah.
Just white hair.
White fox.
Oh, yes.
Also, my next segment is life's turning points. Can you share a significant turning point or moment of realisation in your life?
I think when I had the car accident, they did say probably if it would have gone a centimetre down my neck, it would have just cut through the vein. So I think that was a big.
And you still remember it quite clearly, even though it's long.
Yes, I do. Yes, but I've had a lot of, work. I've done a lot of, seeing counsellors, psychologists when I was young.
Yeah.
Not now, but to get through, being able to sit in a car again and being able to be driven, getting my license.
I was going to say getting your license would be.
So that took a long time. So I had a special driving instructor that specialised in teaching people that have been in, traumatic type scenarios, circumstances. Do
you know what happened to the other person that went through the red? No. You never heard back.
I remember her.
Gee.
Yeah, and I remember her car.
Wow.
But no.
Goodness gracious. That's a massive one. So legacy and reflections, what are you most proud of in your life?
My family.
Yeah.
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 I want the girls to grow up knowing that family's important.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there anything you regret?
Regret? Probably, having more kids.
Yeah. Okay.
If I would have started 2-3 years probably
Yeah.
earlier.
Did you want to have a certain amount of children, or you just
2 or 4 was kind of no 3, just 2 or 4, even numbers. Yes, but I often think love to adopt, love to do. I work with babies and children, but
yeah, very much
definitely.
So. When you look back on your life, what do you hope to be remembered for?
Being that funny, inappropriate friend.
I think you've ticked that box,
just
Andrea.
made you laugh and got extremely drunk every time we all saw each other.
So good. Oh, my gosh. That brings me to the end of my questions. Sure. So, as I say, I cannot wait to upload this bad boy, Andrea. This is going to go global. Chile, if you're listening. So thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
That was great. So good. Thank you so much to Andrea for an engaging chat about her life and experiences. I'm sure you will all agree her sense of family is such a beautiful place to be. I love the resilience of Andrea and her family starting a new life in Australia. She has definitely created a beautiful life here with her own family. This has come from hard work, determination, and the ability to embrace every challenge. I can only just imagine the atmosphere of a get-together with Andrea's family, including food, fun, and laughter. Also, don't forget to jump onto her Instagram and support her new business venture. So, let's give a shout out to Andrea's hall pass, Mr. Richard Gear. Tune in to our next episode where we get to hear more lives worth telling. Don't forget to check out and follow us on your socials. And if you love what you hear, please rate and review us on your favourite podcast app. Of course, if you have any questions, you can get in touch with us through the Facebook page or Instagram. If you or a friend or a family member would like to come on the show, please don't hesitate to get in contact with us. And if you want to grab yourself some merch, jump onto Redbubble to check out our products. Thanks for listening to Lives Worth Telling. See you next time.